support the crowd. And what a treat it will be for them, because in the upper bracket finals, guess what? It is Indonesia versus Indonesia.
Yes, and of course, whoever wins this will go ahead to the grand finals. Of course, for you to have that momentum, and of course, having to rest and just watch all of the teams eliminate each other in the lower bracket. Probably the most important game of their lives right now. RRQ dominated their group stage and clearly dominated their first series, ending their game in less than 10 minutes, Wolf.
Oh, yeah.
It ended their series in less than 20.
In less than 20 minutes.
Both of the teams.
That's how dominant they are. But now they're at the upper bracket. That's RRQ, Vid, Sin, Lemon, Liam, and I am Jago. For all the fans from everyone viewing, I hope we did not mispronounce their names.
Yes,
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What we have to look at is how they play. This team, RRQ, composed of very young talent.
Players,
I think I am Jago is the oldest one with 3 years old, and so it's gonna be up to him on how he can lead the youngsters. But you know that the youngsters, what they have in their hands is their fast reflexes, and that is what makes RRQ very, very special.
Yeah, and of course one as well is a youngster.
Yeah.
But here is of course the lineup for EVOs legends Luminaire, Donkey, Rex, Ura, and Juan. Very notable players is of course Donkey and Luminaire going for this all-in supports. Luminaire having the threat of the Selena pick, and Donkey using the Cho, even though it fell off our meta, right?
For sure. Donkey on the Cho support. Well, at least in the Philippines, what we saw, or in the majority of Southeast Asia actually, the Cho fighter is the way to go, the offlane Cho, and the tank Cho fallen out of favor, but Donkey can use this so well.
Yes.
And you don't know how to actually counter it. How do you answer that Donkey tempo-based gameplay?
Yeah, we don't know. He's the only one who knows. He's the only one who knows, and that is very different because we have Baksha, we have other core split pushers. Like for example, you have the side leaners, which is the TAMS, which is the export. But this Cho is very threatening because sometimes he transitioned it into a carry.
Oh yeah.
He goes for the late game carry as the Cho.
Oh yeah, I think I get what you're trying to get at, right? Because you see these side pushers like the Tams and the Masha, or not really Masha, the Tams and other heroes. And what they do is they clear out the minion wave. In the late game, they aren't that good. Well, they can sustain themselves, particularly Tams. But in terms of killing your opponents, definitely Cho rises to the top, right?
Yeah.
Because you can get Endless Battle into Blade of Despair, into more damage out items, even to a point where you can get Malefic Roar so that you can push the
turrets quickly.
However, I think that the value that you get out of the Thams, out of the Masha, out of the X-Borg in terms of the offlane is very important now in the meta as compared to what the Cho can bring, right?
Yeah,
because
of course.
But the way you deal it, the way you look at Tams is that Tams can clear out the menu so quickly, and it's very hard to punish because he's very hard to kill. Even when you are able to kill him and punish him from the side lanes, from his side lane push, you take so much time that you might even rethink: is it actually worth it to contest the Tams?
You're gonna waste a lot of resources as well. Man, I'm so excited. These guys have been preparing for it. Donkey and company, like what we've said. One is on the X Factors as well. He is indeed happy, but let's see a video first.
EVOs Legends.
Kita juga membantai semua tim di SEA Games. Jadi kita membawa nama Indonesia bagus.
Persiapan kita nggak ada sama sekali, cuman main, makan, tidur, play CSTD.
I would say the hardest matchup would be definitely ourselves. I mean, we're coming from the strongest region and everyone's looking at us. So everyone's practicing, developing strategies specifically just to counter us. And if we can overcome all that, we're definitely going to come out as champions. So the main difference would be we play at a much faster pace compared to the other regions, and because we have a league format where we play weekly, we get a lot more practices in compared to the minor regions where they don't have a real proper circuit. So I believe we're more experienced with what the available heroes can do, and we're more exposed to more strategies out there.
EVOs Legends, they said they want those fast-paced type of pushes.
Yes.
Fast-paced
Yes.
type of gameplay, and you know you can see that in their gameplay.
We've seen it. We've seen
Definitely.
it. If you are a fan of the Mobile Legends esports world, these guys created the meta. People from the Philippines, people from the Philippines, people in Thailand, people in other countries, they watch these guys. They study how they moved, and they created the game.
Yeah,
They created the esports.
I
Right?
see where you're getting at, right? Because when there is a meta that's rising, like Indonesia is the place to go.
Yeah.
That is the case for the Philippines because they set up the meta in advance. Well, technically speaking, it's not advanced because it's their own
It's
type
their
of
own
meta.
type, yes.
But you know that they find out these strategies. I like what the coach
The
said,
coach said.
that they are exposed to many games every week.
Yeah.
That also gave them the advantage of knowing more strategies or developing more strategies in the future. But
Okay.
actually, now they have to. We have to look at their strategies because this is the draft.
Yeah. Let's go.
Game
Let's go.
number 1.
Let's go. The yellow banners versus the blue and white ones. Claude is the first ban of Team RRQ, of course, respecting the carry.
This is
For the
this is
side
how
of
you know
EVOs.
that both teams respect each
Yeah.
other and know each other so well. That you have this very targeted picks like the Claude.
Yeah.
The Claude ban is not a staple in most of the games. That most of the games that we've seen. But because RRQ can utilize this Claude so well, they ban it out straight out first base.
Yeah, of course, they always use this to combo it up with the Masha. Masha with the ability to get out of the split push because of the wild power. And of course, Claude having the high and dry and having that Art of Thievery passive that he has can easily combo up with the Masha split push. And the EVOs Legends team, they master this type of strat.
Surely.
They
There
master it.
There's the Kaja. So a lot of open picks. X-Borg and Grok is there. And it will be Grok for RRQ.
Okay, that is of course Sin. Ladies and gentlemen, for this opening, quite safe for Team RRQ having this Grok. It complements to every kind of composition that you can have. You have the early game advantage due to the fact of its passive, and of course you have extra crowd control because of the wild charge.
Oh, yeah.
What is the answer of EVOs Legends?
Should be an export at this point. And you can consider getting the Granger to go with it or
The high loss.
The high loss.
The high
Or
loss.
A mix and match of both. And
Or a
EVOs
toe.
Legends, they're actually taking their time.
Yeah.
When they play against the Grok, I think the side of EVOs Legends, they prioritize the Kufra and the Harriet
Okay.
as well.
Okay. Both of these guys, they know how to play this Harriet. Even RRQ, they pull this off. So now, EVOs Legends, they have a control in the early up to the late because of the damage of this Harriet. And of course, man, the X-Board pick is probably one of the viable heroes right now being present ever since day number 1. But the answer of RRQ, okay, you want to play the sustained game? Let's go for the sustained game. We have the shields from Esmeralda and Lolita.
This is scary because I think EVOs Legends are so prepared of the Esmeralda pick. They can't go for a high loss pick this time
Okay.
to completely shut down these picks from RRQs, because what they did was to lay down the Harriet. And we know Esmeralda is one of the answers to the Harriet. It's not
Yeah.
a counter
It's
per
an
se.
answer,
It's
yeah.
an answer to the Harriet. At least you can steal the shields, right? And we see a lot of people struggle with the Esmeralda because of the presence of the high loss that can easily be picked and be used as a counter pick by your opponents.
Definitely, definitely. It's all because of the law of punishment. I mean, the ring of punishment.
Yes.
That specific second skill of the Hylos. But here we go. Okay. That is, of course, the signature Selena from EVOs Legends, mastering the Abyssal Traps and neglecting the RRQ rotation because of it.
Oh yeah. So this is really scary because EVOs Legends used this Selena time and time again, and even against RRQ. In their first game of their first series here in the group stages of Mobile Legends M1 Championships, they also used it and were very, very successful with it. That was, I think, against Sonic PH.
Yeah.
They destroyed the
They
competition
destroyed them,
because
man.
what they do with the Selena is that they invade the buffs
Yeah.
by actually securing their buffs. So
You're
what
right.
I just
You're
said
right.
is they secure their own buffs with the Selena and then have the Harith or maybe a
Definitely.
Lilia in the mid lane to overtake or to invade the opposing jungle.
Definitely. You can gain 3 advantages with the Selena. First, you have the threat of the Abyssal Arrow, the longest stun duration there is. You can even drink coffee after that. Second, again, you have the traps.
Yeah.
It serves as a vision ward
Yeah.
in the game. And then third, you can immediately steal jungle, as you've said it.
Yeah.
And man, RRQ, I think they know this. They're ready for this. They know how to counter this time
They
and
should
time
be.
again.
They should be ready for it. They're
Yes.
considering this heavily. EVOS Legends. What is their answer this time? Like I said, Hylos is still very much viable for this team. However, maybe the way they're thinking about this is that maybe they will not get
Okay.
it because they need the stuns.
Okay.
So they will secure the Cho for Donkey.
That is it. It's Donkey and Shrek. Sorry
Donkey
for
and
the
Wrecked.
pun then. Sorry for the pun,
It's
guys.
Donkey and Wrecked.
It's Donkey and Wreck. Okay. So 2 signature heroes coming in from EVOS Legends.
RRQ
RRQ.
should be looking
They
for...
want this. They
yeah,
want this.
Should be looking for either a Kimi or a Granger this time.
There you go.
Alright, so
Yeah, the
that's the
Granger.
Granger pick and the Thams.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's kind of looking bad for the Granger. The Cho can easily
Pick him
go
off.
in, yes, dive in and assassinate this Granger. It really depends depends on the mechanical skill of who. I am Jago using this Granger to dodge out the Chunpo from this Cho. But as you've said, this RRQ, they will depend on this Dead Sonata to get all the pokes and then hope for the best that Vin, the Esmeralda, can take them down with the Falling Star Moon in the Stardust Dance.
Now EVOS Legends actually taking their time so much. They utilize this pick timer till the last minute. It's gonna be the Kimi. Kimi for EVOS Legends.
Okay.
Very interesting. This means that this is a support Selena, a Cho as well.
Okay. They will pick.
Export
Yep.
still being picked up by Donkey. So probably, yeah, it's gonna be Donkey to pick it.
This is a fast pace, like what we said in the early game, fast paced game for EVOS Legends. They have the Harriet, which is clearly a good hero in the jungle.
Yeah.
You have again the traps, the abyssal passive of this Selena. Plus, you have the Kimi for objectives and for the creeps.
You know what,
and man,
Manjin?
I think what? Sorry.
You know what, Manjin? If you look at it, there is a big and clear indication that RRQ can burst down the members of EVOS Legends. EVOS Legends, they look very squishy. If you look at it, they have the Kimi. They don't have a legitimate tank. Maybe the tankiest one in them is the Export. And if you put the Cho with the Shunpo, if he manages to macro his opponents, he will be tanky. But apart from that, they will melt against the Death Sonata. So maybe that's the scary part.
But again, I get what you're saying. But again, the best part, the most important part of this game is the early game rotations. You have 3 heroes. Make that 4 because sometimes they run this X-Borg. I don't know if it's an execute or not. With an execute or a retribution.
Or a retribution.
Or
maybe.
a retribution. The X-Borg retribution. We've been talking about it.
That was yesterday.
Last time
That was
last
2
week.
days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So there's a lot of questions that you will ask if you look at the lineup of EVOS Legends. But the way they pick this is maybe they are incredibly prepared. So they will not go for like full on 5v5 clashes.
Yeah.
They will prioritize those little skirmishes that they can take advantage of,
Yes.
and then get the push up.
You're
You
right.
know,
You're right.
they should be retreating every time every time RRQ forces a team fight. But of
Yes.
course,
I get what you're
it's
saying.
gonna be dependent on them.
I do get what you're saying, man. RRQ, like you said, they're ready for this lineup. They disrespected the Selena, the Cho. They've known time and time again That's why they will force out team fights because of their composition, and they will create space for this Ranger to get that Dead Sonata going. I'm so excited.
This is
for
exciting
game number 1.
indeed. So what's gonna happen here is it's gonna be up to who defends their own turrets well, right? Side of RRQ, if they defend their turrets so well against EVOs Legends will run out of steam. But EVOs Legends, if they defend against RRQ, maybe it's not the best case for them because they might, not be favored in terms of the longer games.
Yeah.
But if they do push against the side of RRQ, they will have incredible map control and incredible firepower coming into the mid game.
They will, and then they can push the towers very easily, very fast because of this Kimi.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. Please sit back and relax in your houses. This is quite a bloodbath we're gonna have.
Wow, they're
We're
drummers.
just having a pause.
There's drummers.
There's drummers in here.
Wow.
There's a cheering squad
There's
inside,
a cheering squad. You know what?
inside the arena for Mobile Legends.
We talked to a guy from EVOs and they said that they flew in
They
drummers.
they hire drummers.
No, I don't know if they hired them actually.
Yes.
They just flew them in. Maybe they came in with on their own accord.
Yeah.
If I'm a fan of a very big team that's gonna be poising to get a championship, I would have gone. Yeah, the first hint, I would say.
Dude, it's about the
Oh,
bragging
fraggle mo.
rights.
It's all about the bragging rights,
It's
I
about
guess.
being the champs. It's about proving.
It's
that
about
you're-
making history.
Yeah, making history. It's about proving that your country is the best in terms of playing this game. Here we go. Welcome to the Celestial Palace. RRQ will be going to the blue side. EVOs Legends on the red side. Look at this. EVOs Legends. They will dominate this bottom side of the map in the early stages of the game.
Very fast way here from EVOs Legends, and that is also what RQ is doing. So this is a complete mirror match. But of course, the main difference is, look at the Selena, able to secure their own shockers.
Yeah.
So now the core guard of RRQ are going to be taken by EVOs Legends, while also applying pressure on this turret.
Of
Even the
course,
Thaps is
man.
finding it hard.
The turret is half health already. Of course, of the mage jungle buff from this Kimi. Not only will you get extra damage from the for the turrets and the jungles, you can also get that extra movement speed, which converts to that extra attack speed, which converts movement speed if you are a Kimi.
Now up top, that's Aura. If you compare the quality of life for Aura and Lemon, you're gonna have to favor the expert this time. Because already the turret has been destroyed. This is 1 minute and 30 seconds. EVOs Legends are really the masters of the early game.
Yes, and they know this. They know this. Donkey is now doing donkey things, setting up for this 20-second turtle who is coming in soon, and he knows his capabilities. Look at that, man. Just popping that second skill and just standing around. Vin is falling low. He is forced to use the flicker.
Jago.
Look at the damage. I am Jago. He is actually forced to use the falling Star Moon to get away. And man, EVOs Legends clearly controlling this early game.
The only sacrifice for EVOs Legends this time is their XP. Their Kimi is not yet level 4, but they're still taking the turtle this time, even zoning out with just a chemical transformation. Rex dancing in front of RRQ, showing who's the boss.
Oh my, spinning that joystick. Man, look at Donkey once again. This is 1-on-3. Dude, that is even the arrow just to make cover fire. But the Dead Sonata, will it be enough? Donkey with the actual blocking place to survive.
This insanity gonna be used. That's gonna be Esmeralda down for the count. That call for the Inferno from the down is gonna cut it.
Okay.
Set's gonna cut it, as Luminar falls. Luminar gets one, And the Thaps as well. 3 down on the side of RRQ, just with EVOs Legends. The arrow that connected was all it took.
This is just Donkey. So very self-assured in the top lane. He knows that he won't die there. And reserving his flicker to dodge out the incoming damage for the side of RRQ. Right now, we are transitioning into the mid-game under 4 minutes. This is the second round of the objectives. Kura is falling low. The fire missiles won't save his life. But oh man. Okay, RRQ kind of getting back from this deficit.
It's 8.1 thousand gold already available for EVOs Legends. That's gonna be really scary against RRQ because what's gonna happen right now is that Kimi will have a great time. The Kimi with the jungle emblem is gonna be able to push down the bottom. Wanna go for the Grok this time.
That is a wild card.
Oh, no way!
The dragon, the
Donkey!
shield, and the kicks, the legs
Oh.
from this donkey. Here comes the TP coming in from Ura. Last insanity, and the burst is indeed real for you. 4-1 is the score. EVOs Legends having the advantage.
Donkey with another alley-oop, and it's gonna be one to get the dunk. Of course, a very nice rotation from the expert as well for them to get the double kill. An arrow connects on the Grok.
Oh my.
Donkey is already
Donkey.
here. Anthony.
You need to respect this show, dude. Look at
Oh
this.
my.
Oh my.
Luminaire though.
Luminaire
has run away.
Okay, RRQ, they're getting back. But
Oh,
Donkey is here with the
Donkey.
flash.
Donkey.
Here we go. He is trying to get the
Donkey.
Chunpo. That is, of
Donkey.
course, the kick. And this is not Donkey, man. This is the Donkey show.
Donkey with the dunks.
Donkey with the dunks. You can,
Indirect.
that ultimate, you can now call it as the Donk kick. Because he's kicking everyone.
In comes Donkey
Oh
once again.
my.
This is down to go for the ultimate. Donkey with the flicker. Gets away. Now one is going to be there threatening the kill on the Lolita. Lolita leaves the flicker. Counter Inferno use Salmon Force as well.
Oh.
Donkey's in there. Look at the damage.
Oh.
Sacrificial Growth Dash. Lolita down for the count.
One gets another one. Here we go.
Last
This Ninja
Insanity.
Tower, last insanity on turn 3. But man, Ben doesn't have the damage to counter go and wreck. Just wrecking the tower. That Sonata will miss. Ladies and gentlemen, our EVOs Legends just putting on the show, increasing their income and suppressing RRQ.
This is 3 turrets down already for RRQ while EVOs Legends securing 15,000 in the bank. The early game control from EVOs Legends was way too good. Marching forward, RRQ, last insanity has to be used by Aura just to run away. EVOs Legends, they're expecting the firepower of RRQ that they don't want to fight, even committing their ultimate just to get away.
They need a pick off. They need some miracle to happen. Probably Donkey missing out a press, missing out a tap in his phone, because this is just a very uncanny way in using this show, man.
Oh,
He's just way too good.
way too good with it.
Oh
You
my.
are correct. Knows exactly how to help his teammates. There's gonna be the stun. Gonna be able to hit. They just invade the jungle this time.
They just want to get the statue chocker like there. This is Donkey once again. That's of course a drop block. Shoot bows in, shoot bows out. That is another dunk kick for you. Plus the Salmon Force to counter go. Dominum Blast. Well, it will get cancelled, but Kimi is here. The Lolita will fall. And there you go. This counter play. A shutdown for Mr. One. That is a 1-to-1 exchange. But again, EVOs Legends, they are leading this fight.
RRQ with a very good punish against EVOs Legends. You're going to see the instant replay. The timing was actually understandable from this Aerith to actually dive, but without the kill on the Granger, that wasn't worth it. Nice flicker away coming out from the Granger, but the turtle is still going to be slain down by RRQ.
This is quite a battle. We're having Mr. Wolf wrecked, just having the time of his life farming up, even though the Kimi is a ticking time bomb. If your lineup lacks the damage to counter her, she will definitely outplay you like
the
this.
stun!
Oh my.
Liam is able to run away. At least RRQ survived that, but in comes Donkey. Could be a potential way of the dragon, but the presence of the power of nature, they will not commit it.
And this is what you do coming into the late game. You make sure that you have the lane advantage. You look at Ura in the bottom lane, just clearing it out, and Donkey just confusing and separating RRQ. Another dog kick into the face of the Tams, and once again, a beautiful pick-off for the side of EVOs Legends.
Oh, the stun once again. Now Liam will have to put up the bulwark. Oh, very nice wall charge in there. One will still survive, however, as the turret falls. EVOs Legends to take another one. Now they actually cornered Donkey, but Donkey, of course, this is a choke. Very hard target to go. The stun will connect on the Grok. No more follow-up from RRQ, but from behind.
Oh my.
It's gonna be Gora.
The traps and the arrow just neglecting RRQ in getting this choke. And he's just using the Chunpo.
Shunpo, the Jeet Kune
The
Do,
Jeet Kune Do.
more than enough to run away.
Yes,
Luminaire
definitely.
gonna be found by the members of RRQ, but because of these traps, they have bonus vision
Yeah.
against their opponents. And our Evil's Legends, they're just taking everything that they want.
Yeah. All of this blue buffs. And you can't play the Esmeralda without any bumps. Even though you have the impure power in your hands. And oh
Lord,
man, just
resurrecting
Donkey
soon.
manning up to everyone. You just can't kill him, man.
Oh, Counter and Inferno already burned
Oh,
just to
my.
clear out the minion wave.
And they clearly have the advantage because the Lord is in the top lane and Kimmy is quite near. Even though you use the Grok block, Donkey can just dash out. And even though you have the Wild Charge stun, he can actually dodge that because of the Cho mechanic.
Yeah.
This guy is just unreal. And like we
Speaking of
said,
Unreal, the Lord.
Free Lord coming in from EVOs Legends. That is the Ice Queen one from this Kimmy. So she can definitely kill alone.
Oh, there's gonna be the knock.
Oh!
Connecting on to one. There's Purified just to keep Jago safe, but there comes the jump to the middle. Not gonna be enough.
It's gonna be enough. Nia falling low, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Back one. Once again with the synchro vision. She will last hit the crop. Kalulita is falling from the fire snakes. Falling tree. Heroes to die. Killing spree on this Kimmy and EVOs Legends. Popping all the stickers. Taunting. Hey, we're your champions, you know. Please respect us. EVOs Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Eyeing the Steer Tree Tower. Waiting for the Lord. Wreck is just
Oh, the
dancing. And Donkey. We're almost in the Dom kick. He survived.
He survives with it. Summon Force gonna be used. They eliminate one. Esmeralda down for the count. The lead of Burn to Crisp. Now in the middle, that is the Lord. They still have the damage. One. Zoning on the members of the Way of the Dragon gonna be coming in. And of course, over Dom kick
Oh,
to finish
no.
this off. The stun will not connect, but it doesn't matter. The base is compromised. Oh my, EVOs Legends.
EVOs
Game
Legends. Owning RRQ. Time and time again. Game number one. That was clearly the Donkey Show.
You know what? We're talking a lot about the early game control from the side of EVOs Legends, and this is such a textbook play from them. It's
Textbook.
You know what? What I see here in this game is kind of feel like RRQ aren't really that prepared against EVOs Legends.
It's-
Well, you know, this is just game number one. What I'm trying to say is that game looked like a game that RRQ was foreign,
Yeah.
comparably to what EVOs Legends know.
I do feel that they're prepared. They know this.
They should
They
be.
know this because in the early stages of the fight, first 2 minutes, they didn't answer the invade. They answered with their own invade
Wow.
in the top lane. But again, I do feel that this is just a mechanical prowess
No,
of Donkey, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
man. But there was already like a 500 gold lead in just
In
1
just
minute
1
and
minute.
30 seconds,
It's very
and I
different.
think that that should not be happening
Yes.
against EVOs Legends.
Yes.
Now, highest GPM, that's Harith with 777 gold per minute. Defeating, of course,
That's the lucky number,
RRQ.
bro.
The lucky number
That
of
is the
one.
lucky number.
Should be not one, should be 7.
That is 777. That is jackpot, man.
Jackpot,
That is
indeed.
jackpot, man. Dude, even though they ban out the specific heroes, like for example the Claude,
Yeah.
the Minotaur, and of course the
Masha.
Masha. The team EVOs Legends, they're very flexible in their draft. I think that Terrence said, I mean IC said that EVOs Legends, they have the largest hero pool of all of the teams.
Oh, you can see
So
that, I
like
guess.
you just need to. I think it's a battle of choosing your poison. If you're up against this team, I'm not being biased here, but man, they're just way too good, and I'm just so speechless of how they
Yeah.
play. Like what you said, an early 500 gold lead,
Yeah.
and nothing's nothing's even going on.
Yeah, you know,
Right?
no kills, right? I guess a turret was there. But this is Team EVOs Legends abusing the weaknesses, I guess, of the Thams. And with the Harith, so that they can take the core guard with it, and then Salina took care of the Statue Shocker.
Shocker, yeah.
That meant that free buffs will be available at least
For your team.
for the whole team.
For your team.
And Harith just destroyed everyone. One has been playing this Harith so well.
Yeah.
that you should be scared of it.
He was number one.
Number one.
Number one says, I quoted SpongeBob, man. But again, the MVP of the game, the number one, won. No pun intended, ladies and gentlemen. Wow.
Look at this. Out of the 10
Yeah.
games that they played already securing 7 lower kills.
Yeah.
Average hero levels 14. My goodness, this guy.
Yeah, I do feel that if you're playing Mobile Legends and you know the rotations coming in from your enemies, the rotations doesn't matter anymore. It's not even about the mechanical prowess. It's about confusing your enemies. It's about misdirection. It's about the intimidation factor, you know? Like Donkey is just intimidating everyone,
Yeah.
just dashing in, standing there, hey, can't fight me.
Yeah,
Scaring
I think what you're
them
trying
like
to
that,
say
right?
is that he puts this sort of fear
Yeah.
onto his opponents, so that he's messing with the mentality of his opponents, so that they will be forced to make a mistake. Because that's the thing with Cho, right?
Yeah.
And you're gonna see it in the highlights. The thing with Cho is that you can bully your opponents, force them to make the mistakes,
And just go out.
and just
disengage.
get out
Yes.
scot-free because you have the Shunpo and you have the Jeet Kune Do.
Plus, you have an extra abyssal arrow coming from behind.
Yeah.
So there's more fear and more threat from your team.
Exactly. This is
Like if you don't know if are we going to pick up the Cho, or are we going to dodge the Selena arrow?
maybe not. Look at
Right?
this. Wave the dragon just in the nick of time to save Rect and even convert to a kill. That's how, tempo-based the play is.
Yeah.
Coming out from EVOs Legends, tempo play meaning they're the tempo dictators of this
Yes.
game. They always
Yes.
play at their own pace. They always force their opponents to make the mistakes.
Exactly.
That is why
Exactly.
they are one of the best teams here in Mobile Legends.
And I like this composition. You have the traps first, plus you have fire stakes. The fire stakes from this export can cancel out skills, man. Can
This is-
cancel out the Lolita Numinum Blast, man.
A very nice Numinum Blast, but you know already the damage output is just way too good. They will be fended off this time, but EVOs Legends still gets the better of the trade just because they get 2-0, and also they are able to push. And with only 3 members defending, even Donkey not dying after that dive,
Yeah.
you know that it's already so bad for RRQ that they cannot defend against EVOs Legends anymore.
He knows his capabilities.
Oh, definitely not.
And he knows-
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Quick game right there for the side of EVOs Legends. 2 more games to go for their team, and they are now in the grand finals. What kind of comeback can RRQ do? Will they give away the Cho, or will they give away another
Yeah.
Selena pick? I think that, again, they're very prepared from this. But man, it's just the intimidation factor. That's for me.
That's
for
that's
me.
one that's a one
That's
big
for me.
thing I think,
Yeah.
but I'm still gonna have to give it to the early game rotations
Yeah.
coming
Still.
out from EVOs Legends. I
EVOs
think if
Legends.
they mastered it so well, they know exactly what they need to go to. Like
Yeah.
for example, in this game they have Harith as well as the Selena. So
Yeah.
what they did was to get the upper hand in terms of the buffs.
Yes. And besides the buffs, you have the buffs, right? That was an early tower damage from the Skimmy in the bottom lane.
Oh yeah, they did damage the turret
they did
as
the
soon
damage
as possible.
early, as soon as possible. The turret is half health, so your tabs is forced to defend
Yeah.
the turret in the bottom lane,
Yeah.
clear out the waves, and with him there, he is clearly absent in the turtle pit.
Oh sure,
Right?
Because
So they're playing the map right. They're playing the tempo
Yeah.
very well.
they're EVOs Legends are winning the numbers game in terms of fighting around objectives because they force out other type of objectives. Like you said, while going to the turtle, somebody is pushing the turret, somebody's pressuring already the lane or the turret, so that when the time comes, that player who contested that push will not be available in
yeah.
the turtle take.
Yeah, and that's a clear disadvantage because that's a 4 and 5.
Yeah, well,
That's a
we
4 and 5.
can know more about RRQ in this video, sure.
From number 1, and then don't forget to eat, rest well, because if we sick, we cannot play well, and we cannot achieve our goal. Simple. there's a lot of stronger team than us. I think so Philippines. I think most stable is was ID, and maybe Japan. Japan is quite unique. I think our team play is quite unique, and the meta as well, because mostly we create the meta, then the rest just keep keep blah blah blah, following us or copying us. Like it's quite impressive, but yeah, maybe I will confidently say it's our unique meta and playstyle.
It's the unique playstyle of RRQ, so they say, but they now have to muster all their strength to get back to game number 2. But then again, Manjin, I think that we should not get ahead of ourselves in here,
Yeah.
because this is a best of 5
And
series.
that's just game 1.
Maybe this is just a
That's game
warm
one.
up for RRQ, we
Yes.
don't know. It's still pretty early to say.
And the setup of this tournament is quite different because
Mhm.
this is the first best of 5 that
Upper
is
bracket.
not the grand finals.
Exactly.
So both of these teams are clearly fighting for like a grand finals game.
Technically speaking, yeah.
Technically deja vu,
of,
right?
Of their
Of their MPL run, right?
of their MPL run, indeed. In their last finals meetup during the MPL Indonesia, it was a 3-1 in the finals, favoring EVOs Legends. We don't know yet what can happen for game number 2. I just do hope that RRQ will change how they approach the draft. Do
Yeah.
not let EVOs Legends get ahead of the draft
Yeah.
just by giving them what they wanted.
EVOs Legends, they love this Kimi composition. They
Mhm.
mastered it. They know the ins and outs of this one. Even though some opponents, some teams, like they know, hey, we know the rotations now, man. That's just the basic Kimi. But man, EVOs Legends is playing it very different.
Definitely.
Very different. Early damage to the tower. Who does that, man?
Yeah,
Who
that-
does that? And of course, I don't know. I think for the side of RRQ, they need to pull out something because yesterday they did pick the Ruby in order for them to answer the certain sustain in the side lane.
Mhm.
And I think I don't know. I'm not that good in probably going for the head-to-head matchup, but man, they need to pull something new up on their sleeves. But again, they go for the Claude ban.
It's the Claude ban again from RRQ. And I'm actually surprised. RRQ is still they're playing in the blue side this time.
Yeah.
So it's Xborg, of course, and the Kufra gonna be the ban here.
Okay.
So Xborg was really a big problem for RRQ in the previous game.
Yeah.
You know, the Kajat, same set of bans, at least for EVOS Legends. For RRQ, they banned out the Masha. They first picked the Grok. So
Okay.
EVOS
Still same.
Legends, they can get the Masha this time.
Yeah.
You have to take note, Masha is one of those heroes with a very high pick and ban rate. And indeed, they will get it. Harith
Oh.
to go with it. What is the answer? You know, RRQ, if they get the Esmeralda, this is a big problem for them because Esmeralda is clearly not the answer yet for Harith.
For Harith. Man, EVOS Legends has countered pick the Masha. Quick 2 picks there. Harith and Masha.
Harith Masha.
We've said this time and time again. The Masha pick right now is just way too good for if you know how to play it and if you combo it up with a good split push hero. Especially the Masha just turbo mashing.
The Turbo Masha.
Turbo mashing all of the towers. So as you've said, the Esmeralda probably is out of the picture. I think they can go for their own
Ooh.
Kimi pick.
It's Kimi
Counter
Akai.
picking EVO's Legends. So what they will do is just counter out this Harriet, use the Hurricane Dance to push out the Harriet
Exactly.
outside
Of
the
the
Zaman
Zaman
Force.
Force.
And plus, it serves as a good answer as well to the Masha, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
Can say that, yes.
I think that what you have to look at RRQ's lineup right now is the Grok plus Kimi combination.
Yeah.
It's no longer about the Kimi dealing the damage against opponents or against the turrets. It's about the Grok controlling
Yeah.
the opponents and then allowing the Kimi to do the Kimi things, right?
You're right.
Able to push the turrets if the Grok was able to zone out your opposing heroes from EVOs Legends.
Oh.
Selena still gonna be the pick here for EVOs Legends. I do hope that RRQ is well prepared for this Selena. Otherwise,
They know
they
this.
will fall against EVOs Legends.
They're not banning it. They've
They banned the
they've
Cho.
studied it. Yes, that's a Cho.
The
Okay.
Donkey Cho
Okay.
is no longer available.
Okay, respect, sir. That is clearly a respect, sir, for Team RRQ, but they're taking their time. EVOs Legends. Okay, the band out of Selena. What is the next hero for Luminaire? They need a support. Or will they go for their next core hero?
So I think EVOs Legends can consider the Lolita or the Baksha. We know the Baksha is really good against the Kimi.
Yep.
The Parado Hellgurt. You know, this is the same set of bans for EVOs Legends.
Same.
Clearly, they know RRQ, and clearly they know what they want to do because they ban out the specific heroes for it.
They run the Django for Team EVOs Legends. I think it's up for the taking. I don't know. But, okay, I'm sorry. They do have the Harriet right now, so no Chango here. But Hylos is open too.
Yep. But however, they play the Selena as a support.
So, yeah.
So this could be like a Lolita or a Baksha
or
for
a
their
Baksha.
champ.
Yeah.
Not really a fan of the Hylos against the Kimi, but they can choose it. There is the Granger, of course.
Okay, they secured their core.
Securing their core.
Okay.
So now I think that it's easy to say after all of the M1 group stages matches that Claude and Carrie is not the most successful one. Granger and the Kimi is like the choices for marksman right now. RRQ, however, they choose the Hayabusa as their off laner this time.
Hayabusa right now, probably the X Factor
Oh,
hero.
It's
of
the
all
Terizla.
Yeah, of all the team compositions. This is clearly a Lolita, like you've said. A good pick to counter out the Kimi.
Yeah. Or a Baksha.
Or a Baksha, yeah.
Baksha will be good against this Terizla if Terizla will be a core, which looks like it is gonna be a core. They're safe lane. Hayabusa the off lane, and Kimi gonna man the mid lane. So there's really no burst damage from RRQ,
Yes.
courtesy of your classic mages.
Yes.
Maybe for sure they're planning a really good
Planning
scaling
something,
lineup in here,
Yeah.
but I don't think it might work against a Harith type of composition.
Yeah.
So this is either Hylos, Baksha, or Lolita from
Lolita.
EVOs Legends.
3 heroes left as the support.
Minotaur.
We were wrong, man.
It's Minotaur.
It's Minotaur. This is the reason why they respected the Minotaur in game number 1. The setup plus the sustain in the lane because of the heal. It's quite an answer to the Hayabusa. Okay, okay.
What they're gonna do here is have the Minotaur help the Harith in taking those buffs. Well, while the Selena as well is securing their own, you can invade with the Harith and the Minotaur. Not the fastest, but there's a little bit of speed in there.
Yeah.
I think the Minotaur also answers the Kimi in a way that you receive the damage or heal up the damage because of your rage
Your
mode
rage, yes.
Minotaur motivation roar.
Yeah.
So that could be one thing.
Yeah, that is right. That is right. That is right. You sustain lane, right? You sustain lane, help your jungle.
Yeah, and in
right?
team fights, you get in front of your opponent,
Opponents, you
Kimi,
just
but Kimi cannot control
yeah.
his targets, right?
You're
So what
right.
he does is just, get in front, tank the damage, soak the damage, activate your motivation roar while on rage.
and flicker in, go for the
Minoan's Fury.
Minoan's Fury, even to 1.
Mhm.
Man, I'm so excited for this. EVOs Legends, ladies and gentlemen. Well, RRQ, in terms of draft, I do prefer their draft better right now because
Compared to the previous game,
compared
yeah, I
to the
would
previous
say.
game, because for Team EVOs Legends, they were quite slow in picking their last 2 picks.
Yeah.
They were surprised with this Hayabusa. I like it. It can go for clutch moments as we've seen in the previous game, especially dealing with the Granger and the Harren.
So the problem now is that how can they activate this Hayabusa or this Terizla, right, for RRQ? While it's true that it is looking really good on paper, you have to fight the farm on Terizla and the Hayabusa. And both of them, they want to stay in lane, right?
Yes.
They are quite speedy in terms of taking the jungles, but they have to stay in lane. And this is like counterproductive to what a Kimi would want to have. Because
Yeah.
the Kimi wants to push.
Yeah.
But Hayabusa and Terizla, on a core role,
Yep.
might
But
be wanting to stay in lane and farm. So
so if you stay in lane, I mean, if you're Hayabusa and you're like, if you're team RRQ, my dilemma here right now is that can the Kimi pull off the early game damage that she
Exactly.
wants?
That's
right?
exactly what I want to ask RRQ, right? Because while on paper they're really strong in terms of the late game scaling, but how can you activate those heroes if
Yeah.
you don't get the push on Kimi, if
yeah.
you don't get the kills for Hayabusa?
If you don't get the buffs on
Don't get
Kimi,
the
if you don't
buffs.
get the early level 4, right?
Yeah, so that is the big problem you have with RQ. But if they do find their farm, if they do find their openings, if you do find their push, maybe it could be enough for RQ.
I think,
As we now hop
yeah.
into game number 2 of this
Definitely
best of 5 series between
Definitely
RRQ and EVOs Legends.
Let's go! Sin will be using the Hayabusa Vin as the Grok, Liam as the Akai, AM Django as this Kimi, and of course Lemon as the Cerebro.
EVOs Legends. Wow, Juan actually prioritized getting the Chrono Dash instead of the Synchro Vision. I'm gonna explain that later because EVOs Legends, they wanna fight this time in the middle.
That is good. That is good.
That is Rex, Regum, Keon on the blue side, Sin on the Hayabusa, Vin on the Grok, Liam on the Sakai, I am Jago, of course, on the Kimi.
And of course, Ura will be using the Masha 1 as a Harriet Rect, as a Granger Luminaire, as a Selena Donkey, of course, as this Minotaur. So, Mr. Wolf, this is a passive-aggressive type of Kimi rotation, going in with his own jungle. But as I say this, there's going to be a little bit of skirmish and pokes here in the side lane.
So Sin and Vin, they were first together in Vin and I am Jago were together in the mid lane.
Yeah.
Which is not the fastest, but I'm actually surprised how RRQ is leading by a little bit in terms of the gold this time.
They're giving the Kimi the funnel of gold right now, and they're setting up for this crab coin. Very interesting. I am Jago having the Mystic Shop, man, oh no. That was an outplay.
Wow.
A very good outplay from Luminaire, and it will repel this RRQ Kimi rotation there.
Oh, wow.
And man, it will give space for the course of EVOs Legends to take team fights and just confuse RRQ in getting this crab coin, man.
Yeah, they should be looking at how this pirate should be moving. That's why RRQ are actually matching it perfectly well. They are controlling the side of the side of EVOs Legends by always making sure that this pirate is checked.
Yes, definitely. Plus,
I know I was kind of talking about the slow speed of the Minotaur with the Harriet, so we are actually seeing it right now, by the way.
You're definitely right. Yeah, we're seeing it. Ura is at level 5. Ladies and gentlemen, both of the teams not going for the early turtle. And oh my god, this is another good Selena play. But here we go. Will the arrowhead? No, it won't. That is, of course, the Hurricane Dance. Selena with the flicker and the dash out to get out of this casualty. But Vin is there with a clutch wild charge. Is the damage enough? Yes, it is. That is the clothesline for Mr. Vin.
Wow. RRQ finding the right types of, angles to punish EVOs Legends.
Okay.
They know that the Selena, if he overcommits, will be able to get the kill. And the nice flicker into the wild charge usage coming out from the Gronk.
Yeah. Okay, so now 1-1, Wolf. No one is not yet getting this turtle buff. But man, the Selena with the plays of the arrows, Luminaire. But Liam is just too confident using the Townsend Pounder to get out. But now, as I say this, EVOs Legends, they're eyeing this first turtle. They need this right now. Under 4 minutes. Van, he lacks the damage. Donkey is here. He has the bars. And getting all of this, the Minuan's Fury.
But they will actually forfeit the turtle this time with Van in there, but actually being found out by Lemon. Liam, and there's the Hurricane. That's going to be no Fury. It's going to be there for the counter. Can they get the kill this time?
Minuan's Fury into 1. Ura is getting the Kimi, and again, the Selena will slay 1. EVOs Legends controlling the early game income. No, I mean, RRQ controlling the early game income because of the buffs for the side of I am Jago.
This is what you get after controlling the lane with, of course, this Hayabusa. And this turns that they stay in lane. They farm heavily, right?
Yeah.
And this is why they're getting the advantage in terms of the gold.
Yep, definitely. Nice steal.
Nice. I would say secure.
Yeah. Nice
For one,
secure.
nice secure on the turtle.
On one. This kid is just surreal. Fast hands, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. That is Zaman Ports. Lemon with a steal of his own. Getting the crab coin and just too confident right now to tank up all of the synchro visions. We're having ourselves an even ball game. Reckless falling low. The Death Sonatas dash is not enough to get out of that fight. But in the bottom lane, that is of course a dead series. Even popping the penalty zone. 3-on-1. First tower here for the side of EVOs Legends. And they will slay the Panda. 2-4-2 is the exchange. Plus we have a 3-4-3 kills exchange. 5 minutes into this game. EVOs Legends pushing out the bottom tier tower.
So there are 2 turrets already secured by the side of RRQ and also 2 turrets by EVOs Legends. The main difference is this is a tier 2 turret in the bottom lane. So EVOs Legends will have the better control. They should be heading towards the mid lane. And that is a solo kill once again from Luminaire. Maybe a narrow hitting once more.
Man, Selena Luminaire is just wrecking Team RRQ, neglecting them the opportunity to counter out this kind of rotation for Team EVOs Legends. And we just had 1 turtle for this game, Mr. Wolf. I am Jago, the Kimi damage. I think we're talking about this in the draft. Now lacking the damage if they go for team fights.
Definitely. I think that it's no having the Minotaur with a slow type of jungle camp takeover is no longer a factor because it's already coming into the mid game.
Yeah.
Vin, did he actually steal the buff? No, he wasn't able to. The green buff, I would say.
The gargoyle. That is the TP. Liam trying to find an initiation here. Goes for the first kill. That is the poke of the rocket. Meanwhile, Ura and Lemon going for this one-on-one. Who is the great one? Here we go. Penalty zone is the passive enough from the series. Vin pops that close line. It's not enough, but man, Ura.
The footwork.
The footwork. An acrobatic play from Ura to survive that gank. He is falling low. The rocket will hit nothing but germs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just EVOs Legends again. Intimidating Rex RRQ. And just pulling off this very uncanny type of play style.
Now what they do is they try to find where the Hayabusa is and stop him from snowballing this time. Stop Hayabusa from pushing, but this time RRQ will just go for the turtle play. I really like this because they are gonna deny it away from EVOs Legends and even increase their own jungle. And wow, okay.
But again, Luminaire and Ura is here for the redemption play. Sin will fall. That is, of course, the Hurricane Dance to counter go, but it's not enough. EVOs Legends, slowly but surely, taking this game away for Team RRQ. But I Am Jago is indeed the answer. Man, Juan just dashing in, dashing out, dodging all of this energy transformation damage in the top lane.
21,000 secured by RRQ, only 20k for EVOs Legends, even after getting all of the kills that they have. This is RRQ getting the better of EVOs Legends in terms of taking care of the jungles. This is the big problem you have with having only a Minotaur.
Yeah.
While it's true that with your Selena, you should be leading in terms of the jungle control, this Minotaur doesn't really give you that much comparably to an Akai and a Grok.
You're definitely right. Of course, the Akai can just push the Minotaur away for him to set up. That's why this is indeed a slow game for both of the teams. But Vin trying to make a play right here, picking off Ura. No counter play still for Team EVOs Legends, and they will catch this Minotaur. Free kill here for Team RRQ. Plus, they will get the tower in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, this is the answer for EVOs Legends. One goes for the Zaman Force.
Wow.
Securing the kill onto the Terizla. 6-6 is the score, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my
But
goodness, they have to
RRQ,
answer this.
They want to push. They want to push.
Oh, this is an inhibitor. Do they have a rival? No, they don't. Oh my goodness.
Oh
And of course,
my.
the Shadow Kill is not going to be enough, but it's only there to zone out the members of EVOs Legends. They're taking the damage. They're taking the inhibitor. My goodness, RRQ snatching that one against EVOs Legends.
A free inhibitor for RRQ, and it's not even hyped enough. 6-7 Lord has spawned in the bottom lane. This is the Kimi damage for you. And man, EVOs Legends playing it really safe even though they have the Minotaur. Like what you've said, this is clearly a disadvantage because of this hero.
Crack block in there to dodge this Donkey. You know what? Donkey excels in those heroes that can move so quickly.
Yeah.
But this is the complete opposite. Yeah, you have the ultimate that's very, very impactful. But without it, oh no!
Okay.
It's gonna be the shadow kill. Can he get away? Oh, it looks like
Yes, he will. Yes, he will. Salmon Force out for Mr. One. But the damage isn't enough.
Wild charge.
3-man wild charge, but no follow-up for RRQ. Donkey falling low, Finn. He gets the stun. AM Jago and Finn disengaging. Both of these teams respecting each other right now.
A very nice movement there coming out from the Hayabusa. Shin showing up this time against EVOs Legends. All the while that's happening, it's also one with the Harith. Also showing his own footwork. However, EVOs Legends, they're still struggling to win the team fights because RRQ, their lineup in terms of taking the damage or making the damage by 10 minutes is just way too high.
Yes, of course. We haven't seen that clutch. We haven't seen yet that clutch Minowan's Fury coming in for Mr. Donkey. This is just the map game we're witnessing right now, Wolf. It's like a game of chess.
Game of
right?
chess. Oh, there's the Death Sonata gonna be used for warning shots against RRQ, but that Grok tanked it like a boss. On the Lord side, of course, it's gonna be the Hayabusa take on this Lord.
And I do feel that RRQ, they are getting the
Oh,
damage
no.
that they want. Oh
What a
no!
block once again.
Is this a dead cow? Is that a dead cow? Yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. One is alone, but he will manage to shut down one. Ura is here to help him, but again, Team RRQ disengaging. Wreck is here. That is the
Death
Death Sonata for you. Oh my God. Confusing skirmish. They don't have any balls, but getting Iron Jago. It was a second skill. Oh my goodness. One with a beautiful flank to get back to this game and probably getting this Lord.
This guy must be like LeBron James and Kyrie Irving put into one, getting the scores. But of course, the movement, the footwork from this guy is just way too good. Now they secure the turtle, and all of a sudden, EVOs Legends, they caught the momentum. The penalty zone is not going to be enough. But that's Sonata, and the damage from one, it's got to be there to take down the Turisla.
He was number one in Indonesia and is proving it right now here in Malaysia, pulling off the clutch pickups for EVOs Legends to get this specific advantage in the 12-minute mark of our game. Mr. One at the right place at the right time.
Very good control, mastery of this Harith. Knows exactly how well he can play against his opponents. He knows he can dive even with the presence of the other stunners from RRQ. They know that the only crowd control that an Akai and Grok can bring is when their ultimates are available. But outside of that, this Harith and this Ranger will have free space moving away so that they can dive the Kimi.
Yes.
And then that is exactly what they did.
Very patient there for one. And man, nice movement here for Ura.
Oh, nice disarm.
Wow.
Ura, can you run?
Can she get him? Yes, he will. Because of the quad shadow. So Sin is now pushing the top lane. The Lord is here in the bottom lane. EVOs Legends, will they push out? Will they force a fight? But again, Sin is backing off. That is the warning shot coming in from AMJ Go. They're respecting the defense coming in from RRQ. EVOs Legends with the immediate disengage.
When Chase won this time, just pressure him. I want to say there was a very cute play from RRQ where they used the Guardian's Barrier to cancel the TP recall of this Selena. Now, I think that was really interesting because that forced EVOs Legends to completely back away with another member to defend the top lane.
Look at the gold gap right there. It's still RRQ's game. EVOs Legends with just an inch of gold lead. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the late game, and we've talked about the Kimi damage. I think it doesn't matter anymore, Wolf, because right now RRQ, They're not forcing team fights. They're just going for the macro play.
Oh, Terizla in the grab against Aura this time. Can this Basha escape the stun connection of the tap of the Terizla? I mean, it could be enough this time. However, the Dead Sonata is not enough.
There you go. Aura will fall down. Immortalities are now online, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Donkey is low at the quad. Shadow targeting two heroes from afar. Lumina with a clutch winter truncheon. That is a flicker away coming in from Finn. Plus the warning shot rocket. Donkey is just too tanky. Ladies and gentlemen, does have the immortality and the winter truncheon from the Harriet. Here comes a wild charge. But again, RRQ there falling low. That is a clutch penalty zone coming in from the Terizla. But nice stun from the Selena. One securing his godlike. AM Jago just moving in and out, bombing in the damage. But that is the slow from the Dead Sonata.
Oh, the stun!
And a clutch stun. Well, is the slow enough to get AM Jago? No, it's not. But the Winions from the side lane, it's forcing EVOs Legends to back away.
And EVOs Legends got a lot of gold from that fight. They evidently won the clash, but they still are losing in terms of the map control. We know that EVOs Legends have to defend this bottom lane almost all the time, not overcommit against RRQ, because the minions can definitely push that bottom side of the map.
Yes.
That's why EVOs Legends still respecting RRQ. And even after that victory, they weren't able to convert it into a turret or maybe a lord, because they were fighting in their own base.
Definitely. And man, it's time for the course to move. It's time for one to wreck house. Because I am Jago. You're playing the Kimi. And Kimi, when you play it, you don't do this certain type of moves where you flank out heroes. You're just in front, behind of your allies, and just hope for you to get all of this damage, all of this burst. But that is not the issue here for this game. And they're hoping to get the second Lord in order for them to get the advantage in terms of push.
Just threatening the Lord, just letting EVOs Legends hear them take the Lord so that they will overcommit. But of course, EVOs Legends are smart enough not to fall for that play. And the arrows now, they matter so much because it could get EVOs Legends a very nice pick-up, like we saw in the previous game.
Yes.
That could be enough for their victory. That Sonata already burned by Wrecked this time.
There's another fight. There's another fight.
Who got the buff? It was the Harriet.
It was the Harriet. One would love to fight inside of these narrow spaces of the map, of course, for him to go ham with his Diamond Force. 10-14, man. 1K gold lead for the side of RRQ with the defense. And the defense is just the best offense for the side of EVOs Legends. They know that RRQ, they want to get this Lord. Ura doing a great job in defending all of these side lanes that Sin is still forcing out. Man, I just don't know what to say. This is just clearly a stalemate.
Clearly a stalemate. There's going to be the penalties over the Zaman Force in there. Look at the Iron. Damage up is way too much. Hayabusa already down. They already caught him off. This is very nice from EVOs Legends. And then the arrow connects onto the top side of the map. This could be a kill. Who is the one dying? That's Lemon. Still surviving, but because of the arrow, it's gonna be there. The damage is there. EVOs Legends fights two, and they're not done. They still want more. Well, this is happening. The Masha already takes care of the Lord. Wow, what a Guardian Spire, by the way. Turbo Masha, let's go.
But it's not enough, man. It has a duration, and man, one going one-on-one with Finn. What can Finn do? Is this clutch from Finn? Can he steal the Lord? No,
no.
he can't.
He makes the stun.
He makes the stun. That is another arrow. It will miss. Finn will use the push, but Turbo Masha getting the Lord. And EVOs Legends, ladies and gentlemen, having the opportunity to create space.
I don't know.
And for them to win this.
There is a curse or a blessing today that there's so many close games. This is another very close game that we're watching. Series 1, Series 2, already so close between two teams. Now we're gonna see Series number 3, the best of 5, the El Clasico of RRQ and EVOs Legends, looking to be this close. Now the Lord, side of EVOs Legends, back-to-back Lords on their side, but they still don't have the clear advantage in this game. RRQ, I can dare say they can still win this if they play it perfectly well in the next few minutes.
This is just way too tense. passive aggressive coming in for both teams. That is another arrow for you. 3 seconds of duration. 19 minutes in. Team EVOs Legends, they're pushing in.
Masha up top already pushed the turret, by the way.
Here we go.
Arrow.
Here we go. Another arrow.
That's a power of nature to tank that arrow.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They want
Oh,
to
look
hit
at all
the
of the
Kimmy.
turbo Masha,
They
man.
want to hit, yeah, turbo Masha. They want to hit the Kimmy. Here comes the Lord charge. Here we go. Sorry, Sabin for this here. Any transformation coming from I Am Jago and plus his is rocket. The Lord will just fall. Dominum blast. Dominum blast.
Oh, Hurricane Dance.
Fury, ladies and gentlemen. Won't hit anyone. Hurricane Dance with the flush with something.
Oh
coming
my
in from
goodness,
saving
what?
his life, ladies and gentlemen. The tower will fall down.
And now they want to take care of Darren. But Darren with the footwork once again.
The
This time, of
footwork.
course, it's not going to be enough now. The shutdown coming up from the Hayabusa. Jumping in and chopping out. This is same
But
thing
in
from
the top
RRQ.
lane, but in the top lane, man.
You have to take care of this Masha.
Turbo Masha.
Is not enough. However, there is the Dentonata or a punish. Penalty zone connecting onto 2. The arrow connects to stop the advance from Rex Dragon Beyond. But it's not going to be enough as Rex. It's going to be pummeled down to the ground. Will be taken care of after that immortality.
Stomping him into the ground.
My
Mission
goodness.
Mission accomplished for EVOs Legends. That was a turbo Masha.
Mr. Manji.
But again, man, wow.
Mr. Manji.
What?
Malefic Roar picked up by the Hayabusa. He wants to push the turrets. How
How?
fast can he take down the turrets? They still have what? Maybe 10, 15 to 20 seconds
They have 30
to get
seconds.
the turret pushes.
Yes.
Will it be enough?
I think it won't be. That is a Minotaur for you in the top lane. Very tanky, but they will just go for this mid-tier tower. 13 to 16.
Take the buffs.
Ladies and gentlemen, take the buffs. Go for the best. I Am Jago just positioning himself too well, dodging the Minoan's Fury in the bottom lane. That was of course a clutch Winter Truncheon to dodge all of the damage with man RRQ. I think it's all about the lineup right now. We've said this time and time again, RRQ does have this Hayabusa that can outplay anyone for the side of EVOs Legends.
Mr. Manji, even after EVOs Legends sweeping all the turrets for RRQ, it's still just a 3,000 gold lead.
Yes.
This is how close and intense the game is.
Yes.
And even when you know that EVOs Legends did take out the inhibitor turrets, you still can't give them the game. You can still feel that RRQ, they still have a fight in them. But not like this.
Not
Lemon
like
gonna be
this.
picked up, does have the immortality, but it is the worst case
Lemon.
for him to pop that one out. Lemon, they will take him down.
Not like this. Not like this for RRQ. EVOs Legends very patient in landing those arrows, in getting pick-offs. Luminaire, ladies and gentlemen, just proving that he is the Selena God. They do want to take Tam here. He goes for the Mother Shocker. I Am Jago poking with another rocket. And look at this in the top lane, guys.
Turbo Masha once again.
Look at the
But this
minimap,
time
guys.
the Gronk is here. Top lane being pressured. They found the Hayabusa. This is bad. This time connects. Do they have the Minoan's Fury this time? They're catching up the range. They will go for Sin. Sin goes down. And this is a big problem. Watch us run away. Now RRQ, what can they do?
Yes, it is. It is 70 seconds in the death timer. That's the Minoan Fury onto the Panda.
Hurricane
He will pop the Hurricane Dance. Who will last it? The Lord. Here comes the Lord now for the pin.
Oh, no.
He won't do the clutch plays. 13 to 18. That is an arrow miss again. Level 3 Lord coming in from EVOs Legends. Arrow. It won't hit.
Oh, that was close.
That's a slither of pixel there. Liam hoping for a TP, but the miracle won't happen. Stomping him 10 feet inside the ground. 23 minutes. EVOs Legends.
Oh, Aura even stealing that buff. My goodness,
Oh
EVOs
my
Legends.
goodness. Not like this.
Not like this. The late
Not
game
like
surge
this.
for EVOs Legends. Way too good against RRQ this time. Potions being taken by EVOs Legends 23 minutes into this game. They have the advantage. This is a 5 versus 3. Can RRQ defend this, Majin?
I don't know,